No One, issue number 2 from Image Comics. So I did a review for the last issue, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was pretty good. The interesting thing is that this is set within the Massive Universe, but while all the other Massive Universe stuff is more like tokusatsu heavy, this one doesn't seem to have any tokusatsu elements whatsoever. Like the very first issue was basically kind of like a mystery, like a murder mystery thriller. And that's kind of what this issue is as well. And I'm assuming that's basically what the main genre is going to be. So, super quick recap. There's a killer going around murdering people. He has an MO, and his MO is he shoots people 4 times in the chest and then he leaves 5 bullet casings. And this killer is a copycat killer. I think he might be the third copycat killer. The original is the son of the protagonist, Ben. And there's also another character called No One. And No One is a hacktivist. They basically hack into like computers and stuff like that. They gather dirt on people, and then they say that they're going to broadcast that dirt, and then they do it on that date. And then this killer goes around and starts murdering the people that No One broadcasts, but No One is not affiliated with this killer. This is just a killer kind of going rogue. And in the last issue, we ended with the killer killing Ben's son. Ben has 2 sons. One is the original killer, and then the other one is just a regular dude. And the regular guy, Michael, he ends up getting killed. And so this is like not long after that has happened. We have this police officer, Mix, showing up to Ben's house. And basically, he wants Ben to retire. A lot of people aren't all that big a fan of Ben. Like, at least the population isn't, because his son was the original killer. And now that there's a copycat killer copycatting his son's modus operandi, a lot of people are kind of hesitant to, like, they don't really have all that much trust in Ben. So the police want him to retire, and he's kind of like debating on if he should or not. Meanwhile, we have this a new death has emerged, and it is Cade, who is the coach of the university within this city, Philadelphia. He's the coach at the Three Rivers University. I guess he's supposed to be a really good coach, and he's been winning a lot of championships and stuff like that. And he's been killed. He's been killed in the same style as the Roy killings: 4 shots to the chest, 5 bullet casings. And so people are just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Who is this killer? Why is it going after these people? Is there any kind of connection between all these people other than the fact that they've been doing shady things? Like, Cade has been doing a pay-to-play scheme. So he's the coach, and they don't really go too much into details, but going by the name pay-to-play, I'm assuming basically if you want to play on the field and not sit on the bench, you gotta pay the coach and he'll let you on the field. I'm assuming that's how it goes, which is kind of weird, because then how is he winning so many games if the people he's putting on the field are people that pay him? Because usually if you got to pay to get on the field, then you're kind of overcompensating for lack of skills, because you would think you would put your best team out there. But whatever. There's another character, Julia. She's a reporter. She's trying to get some scoops on what's going on, but now the cops are no longer willing to provide her information, because the information that she's been putting out has not been painting the police in a good light. And then, yeah, we have a scene where like the cops are investigating the death, like the crime scene of Cade, and they see No One and they chase after No One. And that's kind of the only action that we really get. So it's kind of like a chase scene. We do have like a moment where he pops out like these 2 rods, and he seems to shoot like a taser at the cops and tase them before putting the 2 rods together to make a staff. And then he just runs and jumps like off a building and disappears. So I'm trying to see what this connection is between No One and the Massiverse. I'm not really seeing any. Other than the suit. Maybe the suit is the only connection, because the suit is kind of, I don't even want to say it's sci-fi-ish. It looks kind of like high tech, but it's not really when you think about it. At least not from what we've seen. Also, it's kind of weird because it's set within the same universe. Meanwhile, in the Radiant Black universe, we have Marshall and Nathan basically preparing for a war that's going to destroy the world. But here, we don't have any of that. You would think there would be like news bulletins about, hey, these giant robots have shown up and like they've attacked Brazil because that happened in Radiant Black. Or, hey, these giant robots are appearing above this city. I think it was Illinois in the last issue of Radiant Black. None of that is happening here. There's like no references whatsoever to anything else that's going on. So here's where like the disconnect is that you have like world-ending things happening in one issue, and then you just have really mundane things happening here, or like just like everyday things. Like this is just a regular, well, not a regular, but this is just like a murder mystery. And I'm not saying that I dislike this story or anything like that. Like I said, it's very interesting, but I just really don't see what the connection is to Radiant Black or even to Dead Lucky or Rogue Sun. You would think that maybe they would even say, hey, does no one have any connection to any of these other superheroes that we have? Like there's Dead Lucky in San Francisco, there's Rogue Sun in New Orleans, there's the Radiant Black in Illinois, in Chicago. Maybe we should like get the police to try to get a hold of one of them and see what's going on. I don't know, just something. It's just kind of weird because in Dead Lucky you have a superhero using sci-fi suits and also special abilities that she's gathered to stop a totalitarian company, the Morrow. In Rogue Sun, you have a superhero with who got his powers with, a magical ring, and he is fighting demons and other supernatural kind of magical creatures. And then you have Radiant Black and the Radiant Black spin-offs that are using sci-fi technologies from space, and they're fighting giant robots and aliens and stuff like that. And then you just have No One, which is just here, there's some guy going around murdering people. We got to find out who this is. And it's like, one of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. So I don't know how this fits. It just, there's this really weird disconnect between all this. With that said, like I do enjoy where the story is going. This feels more like just like a murder mystery drama TV series in comic book form. In fact, this feels like it's just like a pitch for like a Netflix series or something. There's no overt action scenes or crazy special effects or anything like that. This could be something that can be done on a pretty small budget, I would say. But yeah, like I said, we just have Ben trying to discover this murder mystery, and then meanwhile he's talking to his son, his remaining son that still lives, like the only family he has, because his wife, I believe, died from cancer. His other son was just murdered, and now the only other living relative he has is in prison for being a serial killer. And he's trying to, like, we have this whole like Silence of the Lambs moment where he's trying to get information from his son on who No One is, what's going on with these killings, how is this in any way connected to your brother's death. The son's like not really helping, like he's just kind of dangling some clues, but that's kind of it, like just little breadcrumbs. And then of course we have like the side plot with the reporter trying to gather information, as well as dealing with the fact that the people she's working for, like her publications and stuff like that, want to turn this into like a TMZ kind of style report series on No One, whereas she just wants to get to the truth, which is really funny to see, especially when you take in like what modern media is nowadays, especially like news. It's like the truth is not what anybody wants nowadays, it seems. So yeah, and then we have like another subplot with the senator of the city, and he wants to work with Ben. Of course, he wants to work with Ben to kind of help promote his position, and so he also offers like a job to Ben. So we have all that going on. So we just have like a bunch of different characters and their own little subplot going on, all interwoven into this murder mystery story, which I like. I thought this was a good issue. Again, it's funny because this is by Kyle Higgins. And it's like maybe Kyle Higgins should stick to this kind of stuff, because the pacing here seems to be a lot better than the pacing that we've gone from Radiant Black. Like Radiant Black is just all over the place. Like I like that series, but it has a lot of faults. Like it is nowhere near polished. Whereas this one seems to be a lot better in that regard. I still just, like I said, I don't know how this fits into that universe in any way though. But maybe we'll find out at some point. But yeah, I'm just kind of rambling at this point. This was good. I liked it. I recommend it. Go check it out. If this is one of the few good series in the Radiant Black Massiverse that like I've really enjoyed from the get-go. It's only 2 issues at this point in time, so I mean it could totally go down to crapper. I mean, at least unlike series like Dead Lucky and Rogue Sun and Radiant Pink and Radiant Red, this series started off good and has remained good so far, because those series started off pretty terrible as well, and they haven't really gotten any better. At least this one seems to be like on the right track. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe, hit that bell for a notification, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlists that you guys see, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.